There have been many fast drivers who have competed in Formula 1, and indeed these drivers are praised for their outstanding theatrics on the tarmac. But one driver was never able to show his speed and worthy potential, and his name is Kazuki Nakajima. Kazuki Nakajima is a Japanese racing driver. He is known among the F1 paddock for his interesting F1 career, to say the least. Kazuki is the son of the former F1 driver Satoru Nakajima, who was the first Japanese F1 driver to score points, which was at the 1987 San Marino Grand Prix. Kazuki also has a younger brother, Daisuke, who is also a racing driver. So indeed, the return of the name Nakajima into the F1 grid sparked the attention of many in the grandstands when it was announced that Nakajima will be driving for Williams along the now F1 champion Nico Rosberg for the 2008 F1 season. Nakajima had previously filled in for Alexander Wurst last season at the 2007 Brazilian Grand Prix, and Williams had seen to it that the Japanese driver was retained for the following season. Nakajima had a successful start to the season, finishing 6th. He then finished 7th at the Spanish Grand Prix, out-qualifying Rosberg. Things were looking bright for the young driver, but the worst was yet to come. At the Istanbul Grand Prix, Nakajima had a promising start, only to be rammed from the back by Fisichella. At the Canadian Grand Prix, he drove into the pit wall when pitting for a front wing. However, Nakajima wasn't terrible, and throughout the remainder of the season he was able to provide points for Williams, so it made sense that he was retained for 2009. But unfortunately, it didn't stop there. Nakajima then retired from the opening round at Melbourne after careening into the wall at turn 6. He then claimed the award for being the first driver to retire at Bahrain after overheated oil put a stop to his Williams car. At Monaco, he lost control and sent it into the wall on the penultimate lap, and he was still to score a single point. From here, Nakajima had seen to it that he would take a less risky approach to his driving, and this resulted in more consistency for the Japanese driver. But this didn't stop fellow countryman Kamui Kobayashi from accidentally taking Nakajima out at the Brazilian Grand Prix. Nakajima's efforts weren't enough to bring home points, and he ended off his 2009 season with no points on the table. A few months later, Williams announced Nico Hülkenberg and Rubens Barrichello, leaving Nakajima with no seat. However, Nakajima isn't to be underestimated. After a bitter taste in F1, he aimed for a more diverse range of racing, competing in Formula Nippon, Formula Super, Super GT, and even the World Endurance Championship. Here, he was able to show his underlying commitment and true speed. He won the 2012 Super Formula title by a landslide and was selected by Toyota for many future endurance races to come. He managed to acquire many wins under his belt, such as Silverstone, Spa-Francorchamps, and even winning the 24 Hours of Le Mans twice with fellow teammates Fernando Alonso and Sebastian Buemi. It's safe to say that Nakajima has had a questionable stint in Formula 1. But that isn't to be used as judging material from a driver who has managed to bring so much to his teams in other categories. Not everyone is amazing at Formula 1, but that doesn't mean they're trash in everything else, and Nakajima is a solid example. Maybe we might even see him return to the F1 grid. Only time will tell. This video was inspired by one of our fellow Discord members, Speedline3601. If you would like to join our official Discord server and be behind many of our future videos, make sure to join via the link in the description below. And if you like this video, make sure to like and subscribe, it really helps us out.